So I think that judgment and the act of judging is a big part of um, the practice of mindfulness, or at least changing your relationship with judgment is something that happens in the process of developing a mindfulness practice. Um, I think that so much of our experience is based on our past experiences, and we're judging what's happening now based on those past experiences, or we're projecting our expectations onto what's happening, and then that causes us suffering if it doesn't match up with how we want it to be. And rarely does it ever match up with that. So we're just constantly acting to try to change our experience to meet our expectations. But what mindfulness can offer is the ability to let go of wanting things to be different than they are right now, and letting go of that judgment of your experience, and then turning into more openness and curiosity just about what's happening now. And that is so much of what can allow you to just be alive and to enjoy life. So you can take this and apply it specifically to people that you interact with and the act of judging other people. Um, I think it can be really helpful to pay attention to the way that you judge other people. So, for example, someone that you have a really strong reaction to, you can probably think of somebody right now. Um, and being curious about what is really happening there when you have this strong negative judgment of someone else. What's happening in your body? Um, and what's happening, like what's the underlying source of this judgment? Does this individual remind you of someone from your past? What is it that you're expecting is going to happen? Um, Deconstructing all of the elements of your judgment of this person. But not only someone that gives you a really strong reaction, but then also just different people that you make judgments about in daily life. So someone walking by, the way they look, something they say, um, any kind of small judgment you might make in life. Mindfulness practice, you can take that and apply it specifically to judgment, and that's something that could really change the color of your life. And so I find, for me, and I'm wondering if this is the case for maybe most people, that whenever I am hit with a negative judgment about somebody in my mind, that often it's related to that person somehow having the power to hurt me, at least from my perspective. And so my act of judging them is a way of uh, attempting to reduce that power, or to raise me up in some way so they don't have as much power to hurt me. But in reality, I'm giving them that power, and it's based on my past experiences, and I'm projecting that onto them. And so I can just become aware of when this is happening, and to notice that that judgment has happened, and be able to be curious about where it's coming from, and then be curious and open to what's happening just in the present moment, not based on those past experiences. And a helpful way to do this, it's helpful to look for this in yourself, but also in other people, to think of them as their child selves, of them as a little helpless child, what they were like, and that everyone that you encounter was at one point a little helpless child. And to be able to see that in everyone that you encounter, and that this person has had experiences of great pain and suffering and sadness, and that they also really just want to be happy and to have joy, and they've had moments of joy in their life. So in those moments, to be able to step back and find the shared humanity between you and that other person, it might be able to open you up more and more to just what's happening right now, as opposed to the defensive closing off of judging that person negatively, likely to boost you up and to reduce the power that they might have to negatively impact you in some way. So I would say to take your meditation and mindfulness practice and definitely apply it to your experience of judgment in daily life. Not to say that you'll never judge anyone again, but to just be more curious about what's happening, and to notice what you might be bringing to the table as well.